Hi friends, I thought it might be better to give you the instructions for the scan by video, maybe a little bit more fun. So we're scanning next week and I'll send out the schedule. So why are we scanning? Why are we going to do this? Well, everyone's likely to have our own opinions about things, what's going on for our learners. And in this scan, we hope to collect a variety of evidence from the perspective of your learners, and I hope we can collectively gather some useful information. So what is scanning? Well, scanning, what is it not? Well, it's not just seeking evidence for us to reinforce sort of a status quo or to just look at specific areas of learning, and it's not just about trying to figure out what we hope to learn. It's we do know that your intuition and your hunches are useful, and we want them. But let's just spend some time testing our intuition about what our learners are experiencing. So what we think we know, I guess it could potentially mislead us. So it's important to just challenge our assumptions, and that's important in life, right? And so we're just going to ask our learners directly, and we'll use the 4 following questions. We're going to ask them, can you name 2 peoples in this school in Westwind who believe you'll be a success in life? What are you learning? Why is it important? And this could be from they could talk about any area of their learning. And then we're going to ask them, how's it going with your learning in that area that they just talked about? And what are your next steps? And they can keep referencing back to that area that they brought up. These questions are drawn from research, social and emotional learning and self-regulation, and they're good questions and they have been tested. They're going to explore the extent to which our learners are connected to our community, and their capacity for metacognition and self-regulation. I've also added 2 additional questions considering our current context, I guess being in a pandemic and just the nature of what's happening at Westwind. And it's going to ask them about their well-being and what they need to thrive at school and what their personal access to coping strategies are. The questions is in intermediate, what do you need to learn and thrive at school? And at primary, I've phrased it, what do you need to keep your heart happy at school? And then in terms of coping strategies, what are some useful strategies you have to cope with with your difficult emotions? And for primary, what helps your body and mind feel calm at school when you have big emotions? We'll work collaboratively later to unpack these questions. So for now, next week, have 3 learners pre-selected before your interview time. Interview each learner separately. Just take your time. You'll have about 15 minutes for the interview. Document and scribe their learning on the sheet I provide. You can type in directly within the document, or you're welcome to print it and write by hand, whatever you feel most comfortably with. Please probe and go a bit deeper to uncover, and I'll give you some probing questions on the sheet that you can go deeper with, so you don't need to make those up. And I want you to know this is not quantitative survey. You're welcome to go deeper. You're not going to skew a result or make a mistake. Just use your master teacher skills to unearth their thinking. And P.S., it can take some repetition to gain ease with this process, so just be kind with yourself. Sometimes your first interview always isn't your best. When you're done, please email or hand in your surveys, and especially if you did it by typing, I would prefer it emailed in so we can mine that information easily. Sarah and I will aggregate your responses for us to learn with on a later date. In general, thank you everyone. I'm very grateful for your participation, and I do hope that this process will be helpful for you and helpful for us collectively to learn together from. Thanks, everyone.